feel like you did well, and what things you feel like you could improve upon?
We haven't actually watched film yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Can you take us through that run, the 74-yard run?
The inside zone play. The offensive line did a great job opening up a big hole. Try to get to the second level and just make a play. That's what coaches talk about all the time. They try to get us started, but after that, they want to see what we can do and how we handle the game. So I just try to make a play.
What bum you got tracked down from behind?
I mean, Dory Jackson's a great player. He's fast. So that's all there was to it.
Obviously, we saw last year Derek would get better as the game went on. Do you feel like you also have that quality in yourself?
I mean, Derek was a great player last year, but I don't like to compare myself to anybody. But
you feel you get better as the game gets on and the more reps you get?
I mean, I try to. That's the goal. But next question.
You showed some pretty nifty feet on some of those runs. That's something you always had, or something you worked on this offseason?
I mean, overall in the offseason, I just tried to work on my game. Anything, whether I had it or didn't have it, I just try to develop as a player and get better every single day. So, when this season came around, I'd be more ready to make plays and, help the team win and just do things that coaches needed me to do. So I just tried to work on it as much as I could during the offseason.
Did you feel you weren't getting enough attention coming into that?
What's the question?
Did you feel you weren't getting enough attention, maybe enough credit before that game? People weren't talking about you enough? Maybe?
I mean, I didn't think about that at all, to be honest with you. I just worked on getting better every single day.
What did you see in that hole when you kind of struck number 7 on that one?
Like I said, the offensive line, they did a great job getting movement up front. They moved the down guys and created a big hole. So, after that, I just wanted to try to make a play.
What's the thought process when you see somebody in that kind of situation? What's going through your head when it's kind of an open field situation, kind of one-on-one?
Well, I mean, like I said, just making a play. You want to, whether you got to, try to run through a tackle or try to make a guy miss, whatever you got to do, you kind of got to take what the defender gives you. But, you just want to make a play.
Is there an extra amount of excitement when you do see a big hole like that? Just kind of describe that mental process.
That's a tough question to answer. I mean, anytime you're running back and, you see a big hole like that, your eyes kind of light up and, it's plays like that you really want to thank your O-lineman for and make sure, you give them all the credit because, without them, the play would have never gotten started. So, but, they did a good job opening it up and, I guess my eyes did get kind of big, so just wanted to make a play.
On the earlier big run,
running lanes.
What was that?
How did Jalen help open up the running lanes for you?
I mean, Jalen's a great quarterback, and, he offers a lot to the offense, and, teams kind of have to prepare for him. So, he can throw the ball, he can run, just like all of our quarterbacks. They all do a good job of that. So defenses have to kind of prepare for that run, pass, threat, and, that opens up, a few more running lanes for the running backs.
On the earlier big run, it looked like you utilized the jump cut a little bit more, even back and forth. How much is that part of your game as well?
I mean, it's just something I worked on during the offseason. Trying to have better balance, better footwork, bursting out of my cuts. Those are the things that Coach Burns really emphasizes, to get north and south as fast as possible. So that's just something that we would work on day in and day out.
How much more comfortable are you in pass protection this season?
I mean, I worked on it a lot during the offseason. Last year, coming into college, you don't really have to block that many people in high school. But, last year that was a big learning curve that, I had to take on, head first. And, I worked a lot during the offseason getting better at it. So, I think I'm more comfortable with it.
What are you at weight-wise right now?
What's that?
What are you at weight-wise?
218.
Read option, obviously, we didn't get to see it because we watched on the first time, but how much more explosive can the running game be if you guys get that going with Jalen?
I mean, with any of our quarterbacks, all of our quarterbacks have the ability to throw the ball around the field or run the ball if they have to. So, once we get that down, with anybody, regardless of who it is, I think it'll be a great weapon for us.
What is what are they teaching you as far as the mesh point goes and when to kind of give it up? It looked like on that fumble, Jalen kept it a little bit longer, or maybe you held on to it a little bit harder. What's the challenge there?
I mean, this is something we got to work on in practice, getting better timing.
Is there a little bit of extra excitement playing a Kentucky team?
I mean, they're a great team, just like anybody else on their schedule. They got a lot of great players. They're coming off a great year last year. So, we're going to have to prepare for them, just as hard as we would anybody else. And we'll be ready to play on Saturday.
Do you have any friends on that team?
Considering you guys run out of 11 personnel, how important do you recognize receiver blocking to be in this offense?
Receiver blocking?
Yeah, like, and how important is it for you, just, and how much do you recognize, like, what they do on the end, like Calvin and those guys, like, helping block and open up holes for you, too?
I mean, they're just like O linemen,